session on Case Portal Essentials. My name is Heather and I'm part of the support team here at Workbooks. Before we get started, here's a quick look at our past and upcoming webinars. If you find today's or found previous sessions useful, I would recommend registering for upcoming webinars. In today's agenda, we'll start with a short overview of the Case Portal and the benefits it gives customers. We will then cover the setup at a high level, including installing and configuring the plugin. We will then move on to a demo showing how customers access the case portal to create or manage tickets and how Workbooks user can view and manage those tickets within Workbooks. We will finish today's webinar with a recap and a Q&A section. Let's start with an overview. Many of you may already be familiar with the Workbooks support case portal, which authorizes support contacts used to raise support requests with us. Today, I'll show you how you can provide a similar experience for your own customers using the case portal plugin. You may notice that our case portal looks and behaves slightly different from the standard plugin. This is because the Workbooks support case portal has been extensively customized to meet our specific requirements. Here is the case portal as it appears for case portal users or your customers. And this is going to be a three-part process where we will be focusing on configuring the plugin, then inviting case portal users, and finally, how the case portal looks for the. We'll have a quick look at how the case portal looks for the customer, and how Workbook users can manage the cases coming in via the case portal. Why would organizations want to implement the case portal? Support requests can arrive through many different channels: emails, phone calls, Teams messages, or conversations with account managers. While this gives customers flexibility, it can make it difficult to ensure every request is logged, tracked, and managed consistently. Another challenge is capturing the right information from the start. When requests are submitted without enough details, the support team often need to spend additional time gathering screenshots, steps to reproduce the issue, or other key information before they can actually start investigating. Finally, having a central record of customer interactions is important for both customer and support team. When issues reoccur, customers can easily review previous cases, updates, and resolutions, while support team have the full history available in one place rather than searching through emails or messages. So, what is the case portal? At its core, it's a customer-facing portal that can be installed within your Workbooks database. It provides a dedicated space where customers can interact with your support team and manage their support tickets. It's a free of cost plugin available to all Workbooks customers. The portal is designed to support case management between an organization and its customers. It can be configured to suit different business requirements, allowing you to tailor the experience to match your support process and information you need to collect. Once invited, customers can log in to the case portal, raise new cases, add updates to existing cases, and review both open and historic cases. At the same time, your support team continues to manage those cases directly within Workbooks. Once the business has decided if they want to implement the case portal, it is for the system admin to configure and set up the case portal, for customer support agents to review and manage the cases coming in via the portal, invited customers to raise and manage cases via the portal UI. Here is a quick breakdown of what we are going to cover on the next part of this webinar. We'll quickly touch on these and then jump into workbooks to go over these steps in a bit more detail, as well as going over a demo. We start by installing the plugin. So before we actually start configuring, we should confirm that the person setting up the case portal plugin is a system admin, has there is an email account configured in Workbooks that can be used by the plugin to send emails. In order to complete configuration correctly, we will need to set up two email templates so that the plugin can send out activation and reset links to recipients. Out of the box, Workbooks does provide you with these email templates. Gather business requirements to ensure the correct configuration is in place to suit your business need, and set up a test portal user. Next, we will look into configuring the plugins to meet our business requirements. Here is a quick overview of some of the configurations or settings available for the plugin, which is great as it provides you with a lot of flexibility to customize the plugin to meet your business requirements. Once the plugin is set up, you will need to set up a button process so that the invite to so that you can send out the invite to the case portal. We will then be moving on to a live demo where we will navigate the portal and see what a customer logging in would see. Finally, in Workbooks, we'll again go over another demo where we will review the cases created or updated via the case portal. Let's quickly jump into Workbooks. Just a second. So, as with any plugins, we start by to install the plugin. We will start by going into configuration, click on automation, click on plugins, and click on add plugin. Ensure that this picklet is set to script library, and then you would type in or search for case portal. The reason why this is not showing up for us is because in preparation for this webinar, the case portal plugin has already been installed. Sorry, just a moment. So once the plugin is installed, just close the window, close configuration, and then go back into configuration, click on other integrations, and then click on the case portal. So the reason for installing the case portal ahead of the webinar is because when you do install the case portal, there are a few fields that the plugin will create, as well as a web process that the case portal plugin will create. And just so that for the purpose of this webinar, and so it goes smoothly, we have pre-installed the plugin. So once the plugin is installed and you have access to the case portal plugin UI, you'll have all these settings to configure. So we're not going to touch on each of these settings in a lot of details, but I'll quickly provide you with some background information as to what these settings are. But there's a lot of information documented on our knowledge base for these settings. So if we start with the company details settings, think of this page as the branding hub. This is where you can add your company's details, branding, and support links to create a more professional experience for customers. Moving on to the general setting, here you can control how customers interact with the case portal, decide what they see, whether they can update cases, and how attachments and case information are displayed. Moving on to the new case setting, which determines what happens when customers submits a case, including which queue receives it and what default values are applied. The help text setting allows customers to customize the guidance shown in the portal UI, helping customers better understand how to use it and what information they should provide. The email setting controls the automated communications sent by the portal, including invitations, password resets, and case notification emails, which is why earlier on when we suggested some of the prerequisites to setting up the case portal, setting up an email account and the 2 email templates are essential. Moving on to the advanced feature setting, which provides additional customization options such as notifications, custom tabs, and guided case creation experiences. Then we move on to the field mapping setting, which determines what information customer provides when raising a case, helping you capture details for your support team that they would require. The help dialog setting provides a quick access to useful resources such as websites, knowledge base articles, um, and contact information, encouraging customer self-service. Then we do also have a setting called product area questions, which help guide customers through case creation by displaying relevant questions based on the products or service they have selected. Moving on from there, as suggested, we will be setting up a button process on the person record so that we can trigger the invite link to be sent out to customers we would like we would want to use the case portal. So to do so, you go into customization, record types. So it'll have to be on the person record type. Select that. Select a form layout that you would like to set it on. If we took this, for example. Oops, sorry, it's an error there. Actually, let me just quickly open this on my test database. So if we go into, sorry, again, going back into customization, record types, clicking on form layouts, select a form layout that you would like to set up the bottom process on, click on automation, click on new process button, and give it a name. I'll give it invite, call it invite to case portal. Select script library, then select case portal, run as automation. Yep, and that looks good to me. I'll click save. Now, there are 3 key parameters that we need to ensure is in place for the case portal button process to work successfully. So one of them is the mode parameter, and this needs to be set to invite. The second would be registration email template. So as I mentioned earlier, Workbooks does provide out of the box some templates, and one of them does include the registration link template. So and this is one of the default ones that Workbooks does provide. So I'll just copy the name and put it in the parameter. And then once we're happy, we'll just click save and close. And now it should appear on the person record, like so. And I think this, so if we try sending the running the case portal process, And you should see a message like this come up if the invitation has gone out successfully. Going back to our original demo database, apologies for the error. Once the invitation has been sent out, we can then, and the user has activated their account, let's just have a quick look at what the customer then sees. So this is the Case Portal plugin UI, as your customer would see, and here is a dummy user that I've set up for the purposes of this webinar. So they would enter their email address and password. Right. And now here we can, and here they would see any past cases they have or open cases. So if you have, and then if you have a quick look at the closed cases tab, and we can see, and as I mentioned earlier, the user can see their past cases. They can update the existing tickets, like we'll do so in a moment. So they could, if the issue has been resolved, your customer could very easily go into using the portal UI, click on the close case, type in a short description, and update the ticket like so. If we make a note of the case reference, we'll just quickly go into workbooks and see what the changes look like in workbooks. So click on case. And as you can see, the case portal status has been updated as closed. And this is the information that your customer had provided in the portal UI. They can also very easily raise tickets. So let's quickly select a product. Let's say hardware, paper jam, printer, add your customer as a short description, and then they create the ticket. So it takes a second, and we can see that the case 5809 has been created. Let's have a quick look in Workbooks to see. Oh, there we go. And there's a notification to say that this ticket has been created and it's been assigned to our queue. Yes. So that sums up our demo of how the customer interacts with customer and Workbooks users interact with the Case Portal plugin. Going back to our slide deck. The key benefits of Case Portal is that it provides a structured, centralized way for customers and support teams to work together. Customers gain visibility of their cases and updates, while support teams benefit from better data, improved tracking, and a complete history of interactions. Before we wrap up, let's quickly recap what we have covered today. Oh, sorry. First, we looked at how the case portal can be configured to suit your organization's requirements, from branding and customer visibility through to case creation and advanced features. Next, we saw how easy it is to invite customers to the portal using person records in workbooks. Finally, we saw how customers can raise, update, and track cases through the case portal as support team manages those cases within workbooks. The key takeaway is that the case portal provides a structured and transparent support experience for customers while keeping everything linked back to workbooks as the central record of activity. We would now like to open up for any questions. Please do note if we are unable to answer them in this session, we'll take them offline, raise a support ticket, and come back to you on this. We have a question from Rachel, and she's asked, what's the difference between the help desk case portal and this? Can we have both, one for internal and the Workbooks help desk case portal? So if I have understood this correctly, the one that you would use to raise a ticket with us, it's specific to our environment, i.e. just Workbook support team. So that is a heavily customized version of the standard plugin that is available to all customers. So if you did want something similar to that, we you could get in touch, and we professional services could scope this for you. But and also I think you can have multiple case portals because it is a web process that is set up. But I can look into this further and then come back to you on a support ticket. Does that help answer your question, Rachel? Perfect. So I was just reading through another question that came in from Simon. So the first question is there a way to mass invite people to case portal so we don't have to go into each person record one by one? I think there might be, possibly by setting up a scheduled process, but I'll have to check. I'll have to confirm that for you and come back to you on that one. Sorry, Simon. Can you still use email to case portal alongside the case portal? Yes, I don't think that should cause any issues. And as a matter of fact, we do that in workbooks. Um, y- so the third question raised by Simon about knowledge base articles, is knowledge base a default part of the case portal? How's this set up? I think I'm not sure, but if you're talking about the knowledge base site that we have, that is not part of the case portal. That is a separate platform. And then a fourth question from Simon, can we centralize the customer login to support portal to other login databases we have? I don't think that is possible because the each case portal um, each case portal will have its own unique web process URL. So without customization to the web process, which might be chargeable, I'm not sure that this can be achieved. Does that help answer your question, Simon? Um, Perfect. Thank you. If we don't have any questions, we'll move on to the next part of the webinar. So our next webinar will be on electronic signing tools, integrating with workbooks, mainly DocuSign and Adobe, which will be held on the 12th of August at 4 p.m. We have a lot of information on our knowledge base about this topic and the various settings of this plugin, so please do check it out. Um, if you have any questions, please request your authorized support contacts to log a ticket via the case portal or get in touch with your account manager. We also have a range of free training videos available covering everything from end user essentials through to reporting and system admin. They're a great resource if you'd like to explore workbooks further. All our webinars are recorded, so if you would like to revisit today's session or catch up on previous topics, please visit the link on the slide deck to access those recordings. Thank you for attending and see you next time.